Oh, blooming cold. Right. Hello. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name's Ben, otherwise known as Okami. I thoroughly enjoy streaming and playing Marvel Rivals, and my main is Magik. And I thought I would make this video as a little guide on how to get started with Magik, a beginner's guide essentially. So what we'll do, I'm going to jump into the range, and we will go over what their kit does. I'll show you a couple of combos that are really just good for learning, and then we will also just go over a few of my sort of top tips for playing Magik. Let's jump in, and I will show you the bits. Alright, so we are in the range. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over what her kit does. I'll bring up the bits as I'm talking about them here. So we're just going to go over what each bit does, and then we'll look at a couple of combos and some tips. So, first up, left click. Swing, swing, swing. It's just a slow swing. Does a decent chunk of damage. That will obviously be your primary way of doing damage consistently. You've then got their melee. So their melee, which is the V, or I bind it to here just for a bit of ease. This does half the damage of your M1 and is good for animation cancelling, like that. Cool. Then we got their right click. So the right click, you can either tap it, and that does half of its full damage, or alternatively, you can hold it down for 2 seconds, and boom! That does nice big damage. Very good for opening. You've then got their E, which is their dash. This is like their primary source of closing distance. Bosh. Super good for closing distance. It does a chunk of damage. It sort of stuns them in the air, and it also is very good for traversing if you want to go to like high ground and stuff like this. Whoop. And then lastly, you've got their shift, which is their teleport, like this. And then you can either do a whirl, boom, which does that, or you can summon a little demon thing like this, which does a lot of damage. So with those, it is either you do a whirl in an AoE for low damage, or you do a right click on an area, a single sort of target area, for a lot more damage. And then finally, we've got the ult. It basically just enhances all her abilities, reduces all her cooldowns. Everything does like double damage, basically. So I'll show you that now. So essentially, you can do tons of damage, and everything sort of hits in a wide arc when you do it like this, as does your left click. The left click and the sort of dash left click both do the same amount of damage, just one is wider, but a bit slower. So always think about the targets that you're going after. Essentially, a lot of the rules for Magik apply to the ultimate as well. The only thing is you can't animation cancel, so just keep that in mind. And then you may have noticed this whole time that as she's been attacking, she gets this blue shield. So 30% of Magik's damage goes into her shield, up to a maximum of 400. As you can see, it no longer goes any further. And that's pretty much all of her abilities. That is the basics of Magik in terms of what she does. Now we're going to move on to looking at a couple of combos that are my favorite to use, but are also just the easiest to learn and the best to practice, because they can get you good kills, and eventually you can start to do a bit more advanced stuff. So first up is her slash and dash. This will be the simplest combo to do, and also one of the most effective. You'll use it to like jump squishies and stuff, and it can pretty much kill most of the supports if you manage to successfully hit each part. So you hold your right click, fully charge it, send it out, E in, and then you smack them like this. And at the end there, you saw I do that with the cancel. So you'll do M1 cancel just to try and get a little bit more damage. I'll show you that one more time. And it's as simple as that. The only thing is the E can be quite difficult to land, so you want to make sure that's the part that you're practicing the most. If you're not very confident at fully charging it and sending it out, you can just do a quick one like this. Obviously, you won't do as much damage, but if you're not comfortable with doing that, you can start just practicing that way first and then move on to charging. That was clean! That was the cleanest assassination I've ever done. Oh my god. Oh, and another one. Her second combo that I'm going to show you is the one that everyone seems to always ask about, and it's probably her most fun combo to do, which is her swirling dash. People always think that this dash suddenly gets insane range, but no, all it is you're using your E after you start spinning. It's as simple as that. You do your teleport, left click to start spinning. As soon as you start spinning, dash in, like this. And you see that you do the big dash, you go forwards, and if I show you over here, you will see that it does damage to all of these guys. So ready, teleport. Oh. Boom. So it damaged him, it damages him, and you get the damage from the uppercut. It hits them with the spin and the uppercut, and that's important to remember. That one's a lot better for sort of going after a target past other people within a group kind of thing. But if it's sort of a single target, you're going to want to just go for the thing like that. Yeah.
Hostiles coming in fast. Snipers in limbo.
And that's it for her combos. Those are the two combos that I would recommend using at first. There are others that you can do that are a little bit harder to land, a little bit more advanced, but I wouldn't recommend doing those until you get a bit more familiar with that. I will do a video on that. Her abilities all have quite a bit of nuance to them on how you use them. Sort of when you would use your demon, when would you use your E mid dash, when are you animation canceling, when are you doing the Eldritch Whirl. There's a lot of things to it, and also how to use her ultimate effectively. There's a lot of nuance to it. I do want to do a little bit of a more advanced video on that, but for now, this is just focusing on introduction to Magik, how to play them, and just how to practice them and get familiar with them. Once you get familiar with them, have a look out for my next video. I'm sure I'll do it at some point soon. Cool, so tips and tricks to play Magik and learn Magik. First thing I would suggest, you want to be learning to do your animation cancel, and you can do this at the beginning of each match, just whilst you're in the waiting room, and it's literally this: left click, melee, left click, melee, left click, melee. This is good to do when you're in most fights. You just get that little bit of extra chunk of damage. You can just focus on the swings if you're not comfortable with doing animation canceling, but eventually animation canceling can be very good. You can also weave in all your abilities like this. You see how you can pretty much get a kill that way? So sometimes within those fights, you can get a kill like that, and just practice doing those animations like that. And you can also cancel it with your right click. So as soon as you've done an ability, you can do M1 melee again as well. My second tip, a little bit of a simpler one. It's just about getting back from spawn, or if you're trying to, when you're leaving spawn, getting to the point as quick as possible. Use your abilities. They have a little bit of speed increase, and obviously the E has a big speed increase. What I like to do is just, as soon as we come out, I'll right click, E, and then I'll do that with the right click, do that with the right click. Hello, Editing Ben here. For those of you that just had an aneurysm trying to understand what I just said, what I actually like to do is when I come out of spawn, I will go into my dash and then into 2 teleports with a right click. So dash, teleport, right click, teleport, right click. I use the right click because it's quicker than doing the spinny dash. The spinny dash slows you down briefly. Alternatively, you can also practice your spin dash when you're coming out of there. So instead of doing the dash first, you can come out here, press left click into the dash, teleport, right click. But yeah, just find whatever you find comfortable. Tip number 3, dive. Please be diving. So what diving means is that you're playing a character that is going after the backline. You're diving the backline, or you can, assassinating, for example, picking them off, getting picks. What you want to be doing with the Magik, especially at first, because I see a lot of people, they'll play with the team and just sort of brawl a bit with the team, which is a perfectly valid strategy if there's already somebody diving or if you are struggling to dive. The most value that I believe you can get out of Magik is diving the backline, getting a support, and then you get the fuck out of there. So, for example, you want to be sneaking your way behind here, you've got the support here, you charge up here, you fling it out, you go for that, boom, boom, dead. And then you fuck off, right click, fuck off, right click. So you can go in, get the pick, get away, and then regroup with your team and then help them push the team that is now down by 1. Or you can sort of sneak away and then wait a second, wait for your cooldowns, come back, and then go after them again. Play it as a dive, and then if you are struggling to dive, play it as a brawl. But you're going to get the most value assassinating. But just assess the situation. Assess the situation, try and dive first. If the dive isn't working, try and brawl them. Tip number 4. Tip number 4. Do not overextend. Do not overextend. I am guilty of this all the time. Do not blame your supports either. 9 times out of 10, it is your own fault, and that's okay. That's okay. Just understand it is your own fault. I die so much as Magik. when I'm playing a little bit more aggressively and I get a bit tunnel vision, I just want to kill everything. Understand it is your own fault. You're probably breaking line of sight. Don't yell at your supports and learn to just get what you need and then get the hell out. Like I said before, you go in, boom, 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 boom. You get out. You get out. All your cooldowns are now triggered, right? You're cooling down. You can be here, you're hiding, you're waiting for your cooldowns to come back. They're then fighting the team again, and then you can come back and try and go for another pick, or like I said, regroup with your team. But don't overextend. Don't get the kill and then immediately run after the other team unless you have your cooldowns. If you've managed your cooldowns well, then maybe you can then push in, but chances are, once you start attacking one of these supports, the other support's looking over, maybe a DPS has looked over, a tank, something's coming after you. If you start fighting them there and you've already expended a bunch of your abilities, you're gonna struggle. You're better off getting the pick. Maybe the target gets away. People are then coming to attack you. Get out of there. Get out of there. You have a lot of escape. Get out of there and then come back later once you've got your cooldowns, once you've got a health pack. But don't overextend and then just yell at your support. You are a hard character to heal because you will usually be balls deep in the enemy line. Also, props to all my supports out there. I love you guys. I couldn't do what I do on Magik without my amazing supports. Tip number 5, use your demon summon. I find people find the demon summon quite awkward. I used to find it really awkward. I used to be like, why would I bother doing that? It feels really dumb. Nobody ever stays within it. But it's not about that. It's about area denial, and you will eventually get people going into it as well. If you're there fighting and you teleport past them and then you send it back out and you're fighting them again, if people are pushing into you to try and get you, maybe you're against another melee character, they are going to be taking a shite ton of damage. This is a shite ton of damage. Like, this is just, like, it can kill a 350 enemy. Use your demon summon. Trust me, use your demon summon. If you are brawling, use your demon summon against them. Or, if you use it after an E, you can see it is also going to be doing damage after there. Give it a go. Just using an E, and then, obviously, if you had it, you would use it there. But use your demon summon. It's super good. It's super good when you're getting away. If you put it there and you're running away, if you hear the ticking noise, you know they're chasing you. You know they're chasing you. So then you can kind of assess as if you do that and you hear nothing, you can maybe assume you're a bit safer. But if you start hearing a ticking, they're chasing you. You know to carry on. And also, another thing, it goes the way that you're looking, even upwards. Just remember that. So you can use it up, down. Another thing that I really love to use it against is penny nests. If you get let's say they're the penny nest and you go like this over them, and then you can teleport out like that, it will tick, 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 tick. It will kill the penny nest and you don't have to deal with it anymore. You can even chuck a right click on it. But yeah, use your demon summon. Just do not waste all your cooldowns when you don't need to. But we're going to get into that in the next tip. Tip number 6. So, as I mentioned in the last one, your cooldowns. Cooldown management is one of the most important things with Magik. If you are diving them, going shift, spin into them, whatever, right click, shift, right click, done. Yeah, I got a kill. Now you have nothing. Now you have 0 things. Pace your abilities. Obviously, if you're going in for a kill, you're going to use a few as you're going in for it, like this. You're going to use it. But here, I've got 2 of my shifts, meaning I can TP out nice and quickly. And some people, they'll go wee like this, and they'll go wee like this, and then they'll be like, oh shit, I haven't got anything. So try to weave something in between them. The same can go for the ultimate, but luckily with the ultimate, you have a lot more cooldowns, is that you can go a bit nuts, but try to get a couple of swings in like that. Do a dash, a TP, there you go. Get a couple of swings like that, get a right click in there, and you'll find similarly, if you use all of your kit, you will have nothing if they jump you. So be careful with your cooldowns, try to weave things in between. You'll slowly learn when to do it, but don't just blast everything immediately. And it's okay to mess up a hit as well. If you're trying to get them and they survive and then someone's healing them, just get out. Just get out. Go to, dash away, get to a med pack, get to high ground, heal up, sneak back over, go for them again. They'll be a little bit more aware, but you might get them the second time. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I've got to say for like just learning Magik. This is just for learning Magik. So we've gone over your kit, we've gone over a couple of combos that are good, and just a few tips and tricks. And in a future video, I would love to be able to go over something a little bit different. Like I could go over a game and just go over what I was thinking, and I'll show obviously a bad game as well. I don't want to just show you the good, I want to show you the bads, because you have to learn from your mistakes as well. You will make mistakes on this character. You will make mistakes. You will die so much as you're learning this character, or maybe you'll just ace it and be amazing at them straight away. I'm sure you all will. You're all going to be better than me, but just try these out, see what you think. Let me know in the comments down below as well. How did you get on? Did it help you? But yeah, and also please send me any games. Send me the idea of any games that you guys have done this on and done well on. I would love to just see how you do just employing a couple of these methods. And yeah, cool. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm still getting used to how to outro. I'll just do this.